So we'll do it on a bit of an angle because it's going to be a lot of laying down. But we can start as per the usual. So please come to a comfortable seat, roll your shoulders down your spine. So today, yoga for sciatic. Remember that you need to strengthen as well as stretch. So right now, this is purely half of the practice. This is a stretching practice for your sciatic. So please come to a comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale. Fill up your belly. Fill up your ribs. Fill up your chest. Exhale, ribs, or chest, ribs, belly. Do that a few times. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, bring your arms up over your head, reach for the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your right hand down to the mat, lean over, reach to the side. Stay here, breathe. Reach the knees for the mat, turn the head and the chest to look up. Feel the stretch on the side of your body from your hip all the way to the tips of your fingers. Option to stay here or bend a little deeper and reach a little further. One more breath. And then inhale, bring both of your arms through center, reach up, try to touch the ceiling. And then exhale, other side. So again, reach the knees for the mat, turn your head and your chest to look up and feel the stretch on this side of your body. Option to stay where you are or bend a little deeper, reach a little further. And then inhale, come back through center, reach both of your arms up, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. I'm just going to change this around. There we go. This time, bring your hands behind you, just underneath your shoulders with your fingers pointing towards your body. And then bring the shoulder blades to try to touch behind your back and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep looking at me. Whenever we start a yoga practice, we start by moving the spine in a minimum of 5 of the 7 directions. So rotating, we usually do at the end. Those are the 2 that I'm missing. One more breath. And when you are ready, bring your hands back in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet to touch in front of you. Let the knees release towards the mat. Bring your hands onto the mat in front of you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold at the hips. And so anytime we fold, especially in this back class, you're keeping your spine long as opposed to folding at your spine. See the difference? And breathe. And plant your palms on the mat in front of you. Come all the way back up to seated and then transition onto your back. Bring both of your legs out long. Rest your hands on the mat, palms face up or down, whichever feels good to you. And then pull the belly button in towards the spine and push the lower back into the mat. And then keep your head on the mat, yet try to get your chin to touch your chest. So what we're trying to do is get the entire spine on the floor, right? And there's 2 places where the spine curves kind of inward.
and that's at the low back, and then right behind the neck. So for me, my neck still isn't touching the ground. You can also bend your knees here if that feels helpful to you. And it's giving a really nice stretch, and your spine is almost totally supported. And then either keep your right leg bent or lengthen it and bring the left knee in towards the chest or the belly. Interlock the fingers around the shin, and then pull the knee towards your armpit. So you're kind of like going around the ribs and pulling the knee into the armpit and breathe. Find stillness and find your breath. Whenever I'm in a space like this, I like to inhale white light right to my low back or my sciatic, and then exhale dark smoke. Whatever pain, tightness, tension, emotion may be in that area, I'm hoping my breath will help me to loosen it. My breath with my movement practice to help loosen it, release it, let it go. And then undo the grip on the shin and take a hold of the outer edge of the left foot. You're coming into a half happy baby. So the left elbow is on the inside of the left knee, and the hand is on the outside of the left foot. And you're looking at pulling the knee down towards the mat. Breathe. After you hold a posture for a longer amount of time, it becomes harder to hold and remain still. But the goal here is to do both. So hold the pose, remain still, and allow the sensations to come up. And we're not adjusting to try to change it. You're accepting it just as it is, right? That sciatic nerve is right in between some muscles and then underneath a bunch of muscles. So when that area, there's not a lot of extra room. You know, the human body is engineered quite perfectly. So there's not like a lot of extra space. So if something becomes inflamed, it's pretty easy for it to be upset. And then bend your right knee if it's not already bent and bring the left ankle onto the right knee. Keep the left foot flexed and release the knee away from the body. Option to stay here or bring your right knee in towards the body. And breathe. Release the right foot down to the mat. Keep the legs just as they are and let them release them over to the right. There's the twist. We're doing the 6th and the 7th movements of the spine. Breathe. One more breath. Wherever your head is, bring it back to center. Look up at the ceiling. Engage your core before you bring your knees back into center. Release the left foot back down to the mat and then walk both of the legs long once again. And take a moment or a mini shavasana in between. Maybe notice the difference in the sides. Feel yourself supported. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So bring your right knee up towards your chest. Interlock the fingers around the shin. And then pull the knee towards the armpit. So you're bypassing the ribs. And left leg can stay long or left leg can be bent. But we're really focusing on opening that area where the sciatic is kind of pinched off and like rubbing. And as it's rubbing, it's getting more inflamed. So what we're doing is we're kind of just giving it a break. We're separating the muscles as much as we can. And we're letting the nerve stretch, the muscles stretch so they're not so tight to try to protect. And then that's why the breath is so important because it helps with the pain response. Imagine every time you inhale, you're breathing in white light and healing all the way to the space where you feel uncomfortable. And every time you exhale, you're releasing that pain that emotion, whatever's in there, that block, that injury, that trauma from when you were 4, like whatever it is, that's exhaled from your body as black smoke. The sciatic is a root nerve. It's one of the last nerves that comes from the spinal cord and connects you to the ground. It goes all the way, that nerve goes all the way down the back of your leg and into your foot. It's the biggest nerve in the body. Take a hold of the outer edge of the right foot and come into your half happy baby on the other side. Again, pull the knee down towards the ground. And breathe. Remember, this isn't a comfortable pose. This is a pose that people like to do and roll around and have both legs and like have a good time. And we're not doing that. This is yin. You're holding this posture. And the longer that you hold, the more uncomfortable you become. But this is kind of how we break through the blocks, break through the tension. But not by like hitting it or moving really fast or jamming it as hard as we can. It's more about like a slow release. And then bend the left knee if it's not already bent. Place the right ankle on the left knee and then actively push your right leg away from your body. Flex the right foot. So option to stay here like this, or you can hug the leg in, interlock the fingers underneath the thigh or in front of the shin and breathe. Inhale white light. Exhale black smoke. Release your hands. Bring the left foot back down to the mat. Keep the legs just stay as they are in figure 4. And then release the legs over to the left. Come into your twist. Breathe. One more breath. Bring your head into center. Engage your core. Bring your knees back into center. Release the legs. Walk them long.
Yeah, sure.
Push the back of the head into the mat, roll your shoulders down your spine, and allow your arms to fall away from your body with your palms face up. Breathe. Let the feet fall open. Invite some awareness back into your breath. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Turn your head from side to side. And pull your knees into your chest. Hug them in. Roll from side to side. Eventually rolling all the way over onto one side. Use your bicep as a pillow. Take a breath. Use the strength of one of your hands to bring yourself all the way up to seated. Roll your shoulders down your spine. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs. Take a long, slow, deep breath in all the way to the bottom of your lung. Let it out with a sigh. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands together in the center of your chest. Bow your head. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this afternoon. From my heart to yours, namaste.